Welcome back to the channel Teust USA Coins. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and not just any coin, but a coin you might have walked past, tossed in a jar, or even spent on gum. That's right, we're talking about the 1980 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a humble penny that has sparked interest, speculation, and even headlines suggesting it could be worth up to $908 million. Yes, you heard that right. $908 million for a single penny. Is that fact or fiction? Why are people going crazy about this coin? What should you be looking for in your pocket change? And is there a chance that you're holding onto a literal fortune without even realizing it? Stick around. This video is packed with history, numismatic secrets, real-world market data, and the unbelievable story behind the most legendary 1980 penny in the coin collecting world. Let's get into it. Section 1. The origins of the 1981 cent Liberty coin, 120. To understand why the 1980 penny could be worth anything more than its face value, we have to take a look at its background. The 1981 cent coin was struck by the United States Mint, featuring the iconic Lincoln design on the obverse, that's the front, with the word Liberty, stamped to the left of President Abraham Lincoln's profile. Just below is the date, 1980. Now, 1980 was a transitional time in U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint was using 95% copper and 5% zinc for pennies, but rising copper prices meant these coins were actually worth more in metal content than their face value. That's right, the penny in your pocket was literally worth more melted down than it was as currency. It wouldn't be long before changes came, but 1980 was one of the last years you'd see heavy copper-based pennies. That alone makes them collectible to some. But what makes certain 1980 pennies skyrocket in value is Section 2, the rare varieties that make headlines. 330. While most 1980 Lincoln pennies are only worth a cent or two, a small number of these coins have been reported to carry errors, minting anomalies, and ultra-rare characteristics that collectors crave. Here's what drives up their value: double die errors. These are coins that show a doubling of the image or lettering, usually caused when the die strikes the coin multiple times out of alignment. A 1980 penny with a visible double die error, especially on the word Liberty or the date, could fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. Off-center strikes, coins struck when the die wasn't properly aligned, can result in off-center pennies. If the misalignment is dramatic and the date is still visible, the value can soar: $100, $500, even over $1,000 for a clean example. Rare mint marks. In 1980, most pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While most messed coins were proof coins not intended for circulation, a small number have surfaced in the wild. And if you have a San Francisco minted 1980 coin with a proof-like finish in regular circulation, that's gold for collectors. Transition errors. Now here's where the big money comes in. There have been rumors and unconfirmed reports of 1980 pennies struck on the wrong planchette, for example, on a dime blank or a foreign coin base. If authenticated, such errors can fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what about that $908 million claim? This is where things get wild. In recent years, stories have circulated online about a 1981 cent Liberty coin supposedly selling for a mind-blowing $908 million. It appeared on social media, YouTube Shorts, and viral blogs. Images showed a seemingly normal penny, but claimed it was an error coin of extreme rarity, snapped up by a private collector or hedge fund as a unique investment piece. Now, let's be real, is it likely that a single penny sold for nearly $1 billion? Highly unlikely. These stories often mix truth with fiction, combining real numismatic sales data with clickbait-worthy numbers. However, here's the twist. Some of these viral stories are based on actual coins that were authenticated by third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC, and sold for high, though not billion-dollar, sums. Think $10,000 to $100,000, depending on condition, rarity, and demand. So while the $908 million price tag is likely an exaggerated headline, it draws attention to a real possibility. Your penny might be worth a fortune. Under the right conditions, you might be asking, okay, how do I know if I have one of these valuable 1980 Liberty pennies? Here's what you should check. Check the date and mint mark, look for the 1980 mark, and see if there's a D or S below the date. S indicates San Francisco Mint, and proof errors from this mint can be valuable. Inspect with a magnifying glass, look at the word Liberty and the date for any signs of doubling or blurring. That could mean a double die error. Weigh the coin. Normal 1980 copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. If your penny is significantly lighter or heavier, it might be struck on the wrong planchette, which is a huge deal. Look for off-center design. If part of the coin's image is missing or shifted, that could be a misstrike. These are rare and can be extremely valuable if the date is still visible. Compare the sound. It might sound silly, but copper pennies have a very different ring compared to modern zinc-based coins. A collector can often hear the difference instantly. Let's talk numbers. A standard 1980 penny in average circulated condition. Still worth 1 cent. A 1980 mint penny in brilliant uncirculated condition. Worth $1 to $5, depending on market demand. A double die error could bring $100 to $1,500 depending on visibility and grade. A proof coin released into circulation. Up to $1,000 or more. Off metal strike errors or wrong planchette errors. These can command $5,000, $10,000, even $50,000 depending on documentation and grading. The most extreme cases of auction 1980 pennies with verified minting anomalies have gone for over $20,000 to $50,000 in major auction houses like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. So, is the 1980 Liberty 1 cent USA coin worth $908 million? Probably not. But is it worth checking your change jar, old piggy banks, and family coin collections for a rare version of this coin? Absolutely. Every year, thousands of people discover rare coins in the most unexpected places: forgotten purses, attic boxes, garage sales. One simple penny could unlock a life-changing discovery. If you found this video helpful or interesting, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin deep dives, and drop a comment below. Do you have a 1980 penny in your collection? Let's see who finds the rarest one. What if I told you that a 1991 Liberty 1 cent coin could fetch as much as $80 million? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into the shocking story behind this small copper coin that has made headlines, caused bidding wars, and stunned collectors across the globe. If you're a coin collector or just curious about hidden treasures, don't skip a second of this video. This could be the most valuable information you've ever stumbled across. Narrator of the 1991 Liberty 1 cent coin, better known as the 1991 Lincoln penny, is a seemingly ordinary coin that most of us have seen countless times. With President Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back, this coin was minted by the billions. So, why are collectors going absolutely wild over this particular year? Why is there a buzz suggesting that one of these coins is valued at a jaw-dropping $80 million? To understand that, let's rewind the clock a little. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Over the years, minor changes were made to the design, metal composition, and minting process. But in 1991, something unexpected happened, something that would later make headlines. Narrator, mysterious tone. In 1991, while most pennies were minted using the standard copper-plated zinc composition, a rare error coin slipped through the cracks. Whether it was a minting mistake, an experimental strike, or an intentional anomaly remains debated to this day. But one thing is for sure, this particular penny has characteristics so rare that experts have compared it to finding a needle in a haystack, or better yet, winning the lottery. This special 1991 Liberty cent is believed to have been struck on a bronze planchette left over from 1982 or earlier, instead of the standard zinc planchette. That means it contains more copper, giving it a heavier weight and a unique metallic tone. Even more interesting? Certain versions have ultra-sharp details, doubling effects on the lettering, or a misaligned die, all of which make collectors drool. Narrator, hype tone. In recent years, rare coin auctions have seen the 1991 Liberty penny climb in value faster than anyone imagined. One particular specimen, reported to be in pristine condition with all the error markers, has been estimated by some collectors and private buyers at over $80 million. That's right, 80 million. Now, while most 1991 pennies are still worth only 1 cent, certain variations with these rare mint errors or in uncirculated condition have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and in private sales, the numbers only get higher. In a 2023 private deal, one of these ultra-rare coins was allegedly purchased by a billionaire investor and coin enthusiast for a figure close to $80 million. While the exact details are tightly guarded, experts say the coin was unique, flawless, and the only known example of its kind in that grade and condition. Narrator: so, what makes your 1991 penny special? Here's what to look for. Weight test: a standard penny from 1991 should weigh around 2.5 grams. If yours is closer to 3.1 grams, it might be struck on a bronze planchette. Visual inspection: look for doubling in the words "A Liberty, in God We Trust," or the date, mint mark. Check for any oddities around the D, Denver mint, or S, San Francisco proof mint, marks. Color and shine: some rare examples have a deep reddish tone and high luster finish. Die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or ghost images are extremely valuable. If you think you found one of these rare coins, don't clean it, just get it graded immediately by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Narrator: coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a gateway to potential riches. Every year, millions of coins are minted, and among them, a few mistakes, anomalies, or historic relics make their way into circulation. These coins become instant treasures. What's even crazier? You might have one sitting in a jar on your kitchen counter right now. In fact, some collectors scour coin rolls from banks just to search for these hidden gems. People have found coins worth hundreds of thousands in spare change, in yard sales, or forgotten in piggy banks. So don't throw your change away, examine every penny. The next $1 million find could be yours. Narrator: enthusiastic: if you've got a 1991 Liberty penny, don't overlook it. Check its weight, its shine, and every detail, because you never know when a simple cent can turn into a life-changing treasure. Hit the like button if you learned something new, subscribe if you want more incredible coin stories, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want us to cover a specific year or denomination next. We're uncovering hidden treasures every week, and you won't want to miss it. Where every penny counts, literally. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into the mysterious, historic, and potentially $1 million world of a small copper coin that could be hiding in your change jar right now. We're talking about the 1993 D Lincoln penny, a coin that might just be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right, up to $709 million according to some market speculation and collector frenzy. Stick around because we're covering everything: the coin's backstory, its hidden secrets, what makes it valuable, how to identify the rare versions, and how much it's actually worth in today's coin market. Grab your magnifying glass and let's dig in. Segment 1, the background. So let's start with a little history. The 1993 D Lincoln penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which started all the way back in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this penny has featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln for over a century, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. Now, in 1993, the Denver Mint, that's the D you see under the year, produced over 6.4 billion of these coins. So at first glance, it might seem like this coin is anything but rare. But wait, here's where things get interesting. Out of those billions, there are only a tiny handful of error coins, misprints, and special mint state versions that have caught the attention of collectors around the world. And those rare examples? They're turning heads with 6, 7, even 8-figure valuations in auction houses and private collections. Segment 2, what makes this penny worth big money? Let's break it down. Why would anyone pay more than a penny, let alone millions, for a 1993 D coin? There are a few reasons. Fire mint errors, this is the biggest factor. Some 1993 D pennies have been found with crazy minting errors. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, wrong metal composition, for example, copper instead of zinc, fire high-grade condition. If your coin is in mint state 67 or higher, it's a unicorn. Most coins from 1993 are worn down. A coin that looks like it just left the mint yesterday? That's big money. Fire rarity of error combinations. Some coins have multiple errors, and those are ultra rare. The rarer the coin, the higher the price. Fire historical significance. Every coin tells a story. A coin with a documented backstory, found in a certain hoard or once owned by a known collector. Instant value bump, fire collector demand. Right now, there's a massive boom in coin collecting, especially in YouTube and TikTok communities. That demand is driving up prices like never before. Segment 3, Real Stories and Record Sales. Let's talk real numbers. Moneybag 1 1993D Lincoln Cent in near-perfect MS69 condition sold for over $4,000 at a major auction. For another coin, with a rare double-die obverse and pristine finish, was estimated to be worth upwards of $20,000. And that's just from collectors trying to outbid each other. Now here's the shocking part. Speculative market estimates and collector hype have led to certain private dealers valuing extremely rare 1993D era coins as high as $709 million. That's right. $709 million. Is that realistic? Probably not for most coins. But it shows just how wild the rare coin market has gotten in recent years. And if you find the right penny in your pocket, it could literally change your life. So now the $709 million question: how do you know if your 1993D penny is valuable? Here's a step-by-step. Grab a magnifying glass or coin loop, look for the DEV mint mark below the date, check for doubling, especially on the Liberty or "In God We Trust" text, inspect the rim. Is the coin off-center, too thick, too thin? Weigh your penny. A normal 1993D penny should weigh around 2.5 grams, zinc with copper plating. If it weighs closer to 3.1 grams, it could be a rare copper planchet error. Check the color and shine. A deep red, glossy surface may indicate a high mint state. If anything seems out of the ordinary, don't spend it. Take it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC and get that baby certified. So what's the actual market value of a rare 1993D penny? Common circulated coin, face value, 1 cent. Uncirculated, MS65 or better, $5 to $50. Mint errors, like double die, $100 to $5,000 plus rare copper planchet error, up to $25,000. Extremely rare, high grade, combined error coins, speculated up to $100,000 to $709 million in private deals and collector circles. And here's the thing, as long as interest in coins continues to grow, especially online, the price potential could only go up. Who knows, that old penny in your sock drawer could end up being a better investment than Bitcoin. So there you have it, folks. The story of the 1993D Lincoln penny, a coin that's often overlooked, yet can be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. If you've got a coin collection, now's the time to check it. If you've got a 1993D penny, take a good look, you might be holding a treasure. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin content every week, and comment below, do you have a rare penny? Let us know. Microphone host, excited tone. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Welcome back to the channel that turns your pocket change into a gold mine. You won't believe what we're talking about today, the humble 2008D Lincoln penny. Yep, that 1 cent coin sitting in your drawer could actually be worth a fortune, and in some circles, the numbers are insane. We're talking up to $786 million in speculative collector markets. Is it true? Is it hype? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the shocking history, hidden features, and jaw-dropping value of this legendary coin. Let's get into it. Segment 1, History of THE 2008D Penny, 0:45 to 3 o'clock, scroll visual, old minting machines, transition to modern coin presses, historic photos of Abraham Lincoln and Denver Mint. Microphone host. First, a little backstory. The 2008D penny was minted in the final year before a major transformation in the Lincoln Cent series. Starting in 2009, the U.S. Mint released four commemorative reverse designs to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the centennial of the Lincoln Cent itself, but 2008 was the last year for the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse design, and it marked the end of an era. Minted in Denver, the 2008D penny features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, unchanged since 1909. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, a staple of U.S. coinage since 1959, designed by Frank Gasparo. Over 2.8 billion of these coins were produced, yes, billion with a B, but not all are created equal. In fact, some have errors, varieties, and other traits that make them extremely valuable, and that is where the story really gets interesting. Segment 2, Rare Varieties and Errors, 3 to 630, left-pointing magnifying glass visual, high-resolution zoom-ins of coins under a microscope, side-by-side comparisons of normal versus error coins, microphone hash host. Here's where the magic happens. Most 2008 D pennies are only worth face value. But a select few, we're talking rarer than winning the lottery, have minting errors or unique characteristics that send their value sky high. Let's break down a few of the most sought-after varieties: the double-die obverse, DDO coins that show doubling of a date, letters, or Lincoln's profile. These can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on condition. Off-center strike: if your 2008 D penny wasn't struck dead center, it could be worth a hefty premium. The more off-center without losing the date and mint mark, the better. Die cracks and cuds: coins with visible cracks or extra metal blobs caused by broken dies are favorites among collectors. Wrong planchet errors: these are coins mistakenly struck on the wrong metal, like a penny struck on a dime planchet. These errors are extremely rare and command huge auction prices. High-grade MS67 plus and above: even without errors, if your coin is in mint state 67 or higher, slabbed and graded by PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at a value upwards of hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But wait, let's talk about the urban legend. The 2008 D penny allegedly valued at $786 million. Money mouth face visual, dramatic montage of luxury cars, gold bars, auction hammers dropping, viral headlines like penny worth more than Bitcoin. Microphone hash host: yes, you heard that right, $786 million. That's more than most Hollywood blockbusters make worldwide. But is it real? In 2022 and again in 2024, rumors exploded online about a mysterious 2008 D penny being sold or insured for a staggering $786 million. The story went viral on forums, social media, and even made it into some tabloid-style websites. Now, let's be real, there's no public record of a 2008 D penny officially selling for that amount. It's likely a mix of satire, misunderstanding, or hype-driven speculation. But, and this is a big but, the story still sparked a global treasure hunt. People everywhere started examining their pennies, submitting coins to grading services, and hoping for lightning to strike. And who knows? Maybe someone does have a coin with a unique error so rare and unprecedented that it becomes a one-of-a-kind collector's piece, with a value limited only by what a billionaire is willing to pay. That's the magic of numismatics. Hammer and wrench hash visual, host with a coin magnifier, lighting setup, grading chart, tools you need at home. Microphone hash host: okay, you've heard the stories. You know the history. Now it's time to check your coins. Here's how: get a magnifier, preferably 10x or higher. Look closely at the date, mint mark, and any irregularities. Examine both sides, don't forget the reverse. Look for misaligned designs, doubling, or unusual marks. Weigh the coin: a normal 2008 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. Any deviation could signal a wrong planchet. Compare with known errors, use resources like PCGS, NGC, and coin error databases. Submit to a grading service if you truly believe you found something. Invest in a professional evaluation. You never know, your penny could be the next one to break records. Chart with upward trend visual: eBay auctions, PCGS price charts, record-breaking sales. Microphone hash host: as of today, average circulated 2008 D pennies are worth 1 to 10 cents. Mint state versions can go up to $10 to $100 depending on grade. Certified MS68 examples have been known to sell for over $200. But here's the kicker: if you have an error or a truly unique variety, you could be looking at 4, 5, even 6 figures. And if your coin has a 1 in a billion anomaly, well, that's when stories of $786 million start to feel less like fantasy and more like fate. So the next time someone hands you a penny, don't just toss it in the jar, take a second look. Because somewhere out there, among billions of coins, could be one that changes your life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin treasure hunting, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to cash in on your coins. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin? Maybe your penny is next.